All right. Hey, it's Jen with Latitude 32, and I'm here with Dan Black, and we are at the 710 Club, and you are about to perform tonight, and you're actually not going to do an acoustic set, which you did earlier, but a full set, aren't you not?
That's the plan.
All right, and you know, I just noticed that February, that's kind of a big month for you, isn't it?
It's certainly been very busy.
So your new album just came out, and then you had like the mixtape came out, you had symphonies going on IFC, so that's like a whole bunch of stuff. So what was the most exciting thing that you've done so far this month?
Touring, you know. I don't want to say one place because it's all different, and you know, the hit is the tour, not just one night. So yeah, you know, it's my first tour. It's a small tour, but first tour of the US, the North America, I should say. There's bits of Canada in there. So no, it's really exciting to come to places like this that I've never been and meet people I've never met and play music for them. And
so, what do you? I mean, the difference between acoustic and electronic. Now, a lot of it is based on the acoustics, you know, to begin with, isn't it, or opposite?
No, all the music was made in computers with computers, and then, you know, it's convenient to be. I started off many years ago. The first instrument I kind of got my head around was a guitar, and it's convenient to go to radio shows and go quickly. Okay, look, I'll do something for you. Here's one of my songs in an acoustic form. But they don't start that in that way. They always start inside a machine with me writing to stuff inside a machine, and then I find a way to put them into an acoustic guitar just so that, you know, I can do those funny little sessions now and then. It's fun to do, but it's an afterthought. It's not the starting point.
Okay, so that's interesting, because I was always curious about that. Like, I mean, I know you were in the Servants, and so that's a totally different ball game. So, I mean, just seeing you perform acoustically, wondering, you know, what went first. So, speaking of the Servants, you guys just finished up that, like, what, a couple years ago?
Yep.
So, I mean, are you guys considering doing that again?
No, those guys are dead to me.
Okay. All right, that was probably not the right question to ask. But hey, I wanted to ask you, I guess a few years ago there was something that went and happened with your visa. You were mentioning how you hated the new visa laws in the US.
Yeah. That was around CMJ, and like it turned out okay, but yeah, they changed the rules like the weekend that we were coming out, so we were all set to go, and they said, and yeah, the laws changed, so we had to reapply, but we just got it in time. But it's very, you know, I understand, you know, some people have done some not very nice things to the US of late, and we need to be safe, but it is very complicated to feel safe. Your visa system is very complicated.
So what would that happen when you were coming over to CMJ?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So then, was that one of your first tours, like putting yourself out here into the U.S.? Or?
That was the first show I'd done solo, yeah, and was at CMJ, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so it was about nerve-wracking, I bet, because if you didn't get your visa, then you weren't going to come over?
Exactly, yeah. It's like, oh no, the door was going to shut before I'd even put my hand on it.
So the thing with Twitter, a lot of people are following you on Twitter, and you're just, you know, telling people about your shows and your release dates and everything. So you love blueberries?
Blueberries equals good. Yeah, absolutely. I love blueberries.
And so I noticed that now you're saying that you were influenced by Jay-Z and Sigur Rós, but have you performed with either one of them before?
I've done festivals with Sigur Rós before. Not with. Oh no, I have performed with. That's not true. With The Servant, we played a show in Italy, and it was us and Jay-Z. God, I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, that must have been amazing.
Yeah. Well, we were quite big in Italy. Yeah. That was. I mean, we weren't performing at the same moment, and and my band, there was 4 of us, and our crew was like 2 people plus someone from the record company, so we were 7. And Jay-Z was him and his DJ, I guess, but he had an entourage of about 30 people, so it was really like. Backstage, it was just us in a corner and all his huge entourage.
So would you want to do, or have you talked to doing things with Sigur Rós at all?
With Sigur Rós? No, but I think maybe one day, but you know, people's music I love doesn't mean I want to work with them. I kind of like people who, like, I don't really feel worthy to work with him, to be honest.
So, like Kid Cudi, you work with him a lot, right?
I've done a track with him. I wouldn't say a lot.
Because there's a couple different mixes.
Sure.
I've heard, yeah. So, how was that on Symphonies, working with the green screen and making a video?
You've got to have a vivid imagination and put a lot of trust and faith in your in the directors. The people that make all my videos, or I do them with, are really good friends of mine. So I trust them, so it's okay. But yeah, you have to just go, okay. They say this is going to be here, and pretend there's a monster behind you, and I'm like, okay, I'll do a try. I'm not really an actor, so it's kind of quite hard.
You never know. You might find yourself doing something like that. So when you're on tour, what is the most interesting thing that has happened so far since you've come out?
On this tour, Toronto was pretty crazy. There was like people, I think because of the Winter Games, people were in a very strange mood. So we saw quite a lot of fights, people being hit by cars. It was quite nerve-wracking.
So did you get to see any of them, or were you like just surrounded by that? Did you stop and watch any of the like on the television?
Oh no, yeah. My 30 minutes before bed after the show tends to be me half watching, you know, some ice skating or some curling, something relaxing.
Nice. So after the U.S., where are you headed after that?
I'm gonna pop back to. I don't know. I think I'm popping back to Paris. Things always change, but at the moment I'm gonna pop back to Paris, maybe to London for a bit, and then back to the US quite fast. So
very cool. So on your your acoustic set today, do you usually play all the songs that you normally have on the album, like all of them, or are they kind of reversed?
No, we play a mix of them and like stuff off mixtape I've done, and a lot of the songs are done slightly differently to the album. You know, it's something that's a satisfying show as opposed to. You know, if you want to hear the album, put the album on at home.
Right, exactly. So you usually play with when you go out? Like, do you have other bands that are opening or closing or like performing with you?
No, on the tour.
Yeah.
Not really, it's been quite random. So when we were playing in the UK, when we've been playing in the UK, we did a lot of festivals and we'd see a lot of the same bands. So, you know, we'd see people like Tulips and V.V. Brown and the Wild Beasts. And
so do you think like with this first tour as your solo tour, I mean I'm sure you're going to get picked up to be like opening acts, or you're going to be working with other people, and so who would you want to play with?
Opening act for? I don't know, someone not obvious I suppose, like, you know, noise, I don't know, like for a hypnotist, maybe that'd be fun.
That'd be
for a great hypnotist.
That'd be interesting. All right, yeah. There's like no, I can't hear anything. But I want to thank you for talking with us, Latitude 32, and so hopefully when you come back around, we'll have you on like stages.
Hey, it's Dan Black, and here I am on Latitude 32. Take it easy.
All right, very much. Thank you very much, Dan. Have a good show.